We are at CIT, and our next guest is Vahe Kuzoyan, co-founder of ServiceTitan. So I wanted to ask you some questions about your company and the office that you have established here. So have you recorded any achievements, and how is it working in Armenia?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started the office here in December, and our first goal was just to be able to demonstrate that we can make it the productive part of our core engineering team. And what we've seen so far is that the output of the team has far exceeded what our expectations were. And so now we're trying to figure out how we can scale the team even more. So we validated that the engineering side is able to give us what we need, and we're growing that as quickly as possible. And now we're rolling out our product management part of the business, and we're trying to have autonomous self-contained groups that are based out of Armenia, as well as a services side to do more of the customer support, so that the team here could have people in Armenia that are talking to our customers so that they can get even closer to the business.
Some IT companies complain that although Armenia is a source of talents in engineering, but it is quite difficult to find just the stuff you need. So have you found this stuff, and so what unexpected, surprising, pleasant things did you meet, and what challenges did you face?
Yeah, you know, for engineering, in our case, we don't necessarily require that they be familiar with the specific technologies that we use. We just need people that are brilliant and that have the raw talent, and they can learn and pick up the core technologies. In terms of the challenges that we've had, I mean, there's the usual, just kind of anytime you start something new and having people come into a business is always hard. What we've done is every employee that comes into ServiceTitan, we actually fly them out to our home base in Glendale, and so we do an onboarding process that allows them to better understand the business, to better understand the culture, and to ideally have some interface with our customers, with our team over there, because the hardest thing to do here is to have that domain expertise, to have that familiarity with what we do and how we serve our customers. And so for us, that's been the biggest challenge to figure out, and the way we're doing that is by both bringing the team here over to the US to get that training, as well as bringing people from the US and from our team in Russia to the Armenian office, so that you can have that culture and you can bring that experience so that it's easier for people to ramp.
So Armenia has a developing IT sector, but it's still a small market. Can you imagine that you can test your new products here?
Well, for us, we only do business in the US and Canada today, so we're not really looking to go into the Armenian market per se. For us, what we're looking for is to just grow our core team and to be able to help us build our product for our market, which is in the US, but we're not looking to come to the Armenian market.
What do you think? What legislative changes has our government to have to make your business and doing business better here and easier for IT?
What have they done, or what could they do?
What can they do, and what have they done?
Well, what they have done is, first and foremost, you know, part of the reason why we're here is because we were so inspired by the events that happened last April. And when my co-founder Ara and I were looking at each other, you know, the question we asked ourselves is like, what are we doing to be a part of that? Because these kids were in the streets, you know, risking their lives, and so that's a big part of the reason why we're here in the first place. And we've had such a welcoming from the government here, and they've offered to help us in every possible way. And I can't say that everything has been perfect in every step, but every challenge that we've had, they've been nothing but amazing and gracious with us. In terms of what they can do going further, it's really to bring more people into the sector, because even with as much talent pool as there is, it needs more. And so I think anything they could do to encourage kids to learn how to program, to encourage more university students to study computer science, I think that's the most important thing that they could focus on, in addition to making it more attractive for other companies to come in so the sector can grow as a whole.
So this event brought a lot of IT people here to Armenia. What do you think, as a person from IT company, what tangible results can it bring, this kind of event, to Armenia and to Armenian ITs, to Armenian startups?
I think from a tangible results perspective, I would say number one, if we could even attract one or two other big companies to establish a presence, I think that'll be fairly successful. And then the second one is to just draw more attention to the industry as a whole for the domestic market, so that we have more and more of our talent that's here actually spending their time in this space. Because if my numbers are correct, the IT sector in Armenia employs about 0.5% of the population, but accounts for 10% of the GDP. So imagine what can happen if instead of 0.5%, it's 2% or it's 3%. So for me, the biggest impact that we can get out of this event is just to get the domestic market to wake up and say, hey, this is where I could build a career. This is where the best place for me to invest my time and energy.
Thank you for being with us.